Hello everyone. I recently got a PlayStation Portal and just wanted to make a video showing kind of a user experience between the Switch and the Portal playing Doom Eternal. This obviously isn't apples to apples comparison, but still I thought it was quite interesting since I had the game on both systems. I wanted to start off by saying that I did initially play this game from start to finish on the Switch and enjoyed it. I had a couple crashes, but other than that, yeah, nothing to complain about. So no issues with the Switch version, but just wanted to take a look at a comparison. And right off the bat, you'll see that I am already starting a game on the top left there on the Portal. I'm already into a new the intro there, while the Switch is still loading up to the initial game select screen. So yeah, you're going to save a lot of time on load screens, but that's because the PlayStation 5 is doing all the heavy lifting. Portal's just streaming it. So we're into the game here, so let's take a little bit closer look at the Portal. And yeah, just kind of take note of the frame rate, like high-res textures. Don't take note of my not so good playstyle. And I'll just kind of use the excuse that there's a camera in between me and my Portal, so couldn't really see so well. But anyways, I'm not that great at the game, but nevertheless, I do enjoy it. So yeah, it's a good experience. The input latency that is there doesn't bother me. In fact, I don't know, once you get started, you don't really notice it, or I guess I should say I don't really notice it. Some people might be very sensitive to that and don't want to, the Portal isn't an option for them, but if that doesn't bother you and your environment works well, yeah, it's a good device in my opinion. So I already got to the chainsaw on the Portal. I'm starting the intro screen on the Switch down there. So we should be jumping into the game here in just a minute. So let's go ahead and minimize the Portal and bring up the Switch, and trying to skip past this intro as quickly as possible. But yeah, for some reason, and this is on both versions, when you push the hold to skip button, it doesn't work for the first portion when the actual pop-up happens. But there we go, got it to work, and I'm into the game. Same section as you just kind of saw. Yeah, it's lower resolution and 30 frames per second, so that's the Switch version. But if you didn't have them side by side, and once you play, even if you did, once you kind of focus on it and play, kind of get into the game, start focusing on it, it all just kind of melts away, and yeah, it's just Doom Eternal. So either way, so in my opinion, both are good play experiences. I was able to play Doom Eternal on a recent flight, played it for a couple hours without issue on the Switch, as well as some other games. But that's something that running it natively you can do on the Switch, where you wouldn't be able to do that with the Portal. But when you have Wi-Fi, good Wi-Fi that is, yeah, it's a much superior experience. Now we're kind of both into kind of the fighting areas, or somewhat comparable areas, so I'll put both on screen here, so you can kind of see a little bit of a better comparison between the two. But yeah, honestly, I don't have an issue with either one. Just kind of curious to see how big of a difference there is. But if your environment, I guess Wi-Fi environment, isn't so great, then your experience might not be like this. I've only had the Portal for maybe a couple weeks now, and maybe one time within those couple weeks I've had your network is unstable kind of icon pop up. Surprisingly though, the gameplay was fine. The resolution didn't really change. I think it was while I was playing Final Fantasy 16. So nothing actually happened, and then pretty soon after that icon popped up, it went away and everything was just running smoothly. So But you know, it's there and it can happen. So I guess that's just something to keep in mind. But I've played Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy 16, Diablo 4, Cyberpunk, Elden Ring on the Portal, and I've had, other than that one issue, no problems. And again, that was kind of a non-issue. It was just kind of surprising to see the icon, but it went away within seconds. So I've been very happy with the device. I know it's not for everyone, and it's kind of, there's very divisive opinions online from people who have, some who have used it and, you know, it just didn't work out for them, and some who I guess maybe didn't use it but don't like the idea of it. But for me, it suits my needs, and as you can see, it can, if you're in the right environment, you can get a really nice play experience, reduced load screens, and, you know, jump into the game quite quickly. So just got past the intro and into the real game on the Portal, so let's go ahead and close that out and take a look over at the Switch, where we're coming up on kind of a similar spot just a little bit later. One thing to note though is that, you know, these were both cold starts. With the Portal, I also added to that, like, connecting to the PlayStation 5. But even with that, it loaded significantly faster. But, you know, most of the time you're not cold starting the game from the Switch, so it's going to be a lot shorter. You see the initial load screen once, and unless you switch games often, you're just going to pick it up, hit the home button, and get into the game pretty quickly. So that initial load screen, I guess, is kind of overemphasized in this video. So we're kind of getting through that intro here, and gonna jump through this balcony, or jump off this balcony, and also take a look at that giant demon to the left here, to kind of give the same, you know, it's Doom Eternal whether you're on Switch or Portal. But that's gonna do it for this video. Kind of a pointless video, but fun nevertheless for me, and just want to kind of share it. So hope you all have a good day, and yeah, I hope you're enjoying your game however you play. See you later.